friends, welcome back to the Craft Castle. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the Siser machines, the Romeo and the Juliet, and how to dial in settings that are going to be perfect for your material. Now, in every single one of the Siser videos that I post, I do always give my settings. However, I'm so hesitant on giving you the settings because there's so many factors about these machines that honestly, my settings are probably not going to be the best settings for your machine. The reason for that is because unlike the Cricut machines, the Siser machines, we're actually able to hand maneuver our blades. So I have two blade housings, one for each machine. One blade housing, it's going to be really hard to see, but the depth of my blade, do you see how this one's hardly out of the housing? And this one right here, the blade is coming pretty far out of the housing. Now, the reason why my blade housings look the way they do is because the one that is the further out blade, that is set to be able to cut thicker materials like leather and foam. And then I obviously have another one that's going to be perfectly set for things like HTV, vinyl, cardstock, right? So I say all of that to say is if your blade housing is not set to the exact height as what my blade housing is, me giving you those settings are not going to be the same as yours. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make your own custom cut settings for your machine using materials that you're going to be using at your craft room. So for me today, what I'm going to do is I'm actually working on a sticker page tutorial, and I have a brand new piece of vinyl sticker paper, but I also wanted to cut it out with using a holographic sticker paper on top of that. I don't know what settings to use. So I am going to actually follow my own advice, and I'm going to create my own custom cut settings. So let me show you how to do it. Let's go. Okay, first things first, you just want to make sure and put your blade housing back into your machine that you're going to be using. Now what you need to do is take the material that you plan on using to cut out. So for me, I'm going to be using holographic sticker paper and also this Tech Wrap sticker vinyl. It's pretty thick. I actually really like the way that it cuts out on my Cricut machines, but I want to use my Siser for this project. I have some spare random sheets. What you want to do is prep your material as if you were actually cutting this out in real life. So for my particular project, what I'm going to do is I'm going to print my stickers out on this Tech Wrap sticker vinyl paper. And then what I'm going to do is layer on a piece of this holographic paper. I did a really bad job layering on the holographic paper, but that's fine because all I'm really trying to do is find really good settings. So I'm essentially just acting as if this right here is a printed sticker paper. Okay, so let's just pretend that this white piece of sticker paper actually has something printed onto it. I'm not going to waste my ink for this project because really the only thing that I'm interested in is learning what settings I need to use. So we have the white sticker paper, and layered on top of it is going to be that holographic. Okay, and then for today, what I need to do is figure out two cut settings, one of which is a kiss cut setting. Often you use that for vinyl or HTV. You don't want to go all the way through the backer, but you just want to be able to peel away your sticker from the backer sheet. So just like a traditional vinyl or HTV. I also want to know what settings I need to use in order to cut all the way through because I want to make die cut stickers. So I want to make a die cut sticker page and also a kiss cut sticker page. So because I am going to be figuring out how to cut all the way through, I am going to be using a mat for this project. Now, the cool thing about the Siser machines is if you do not plan on cutting all the way through your material, you technically don't need a cutting mat and you can just put them straight into your machine. It doesn't matter which machine you're using, you just need to put it into your machine and it will cut. I do not suggest doing this if you're going to be cutting all the way through your material. So if you're going to be cutting cardstock and you're going to be doing cardstock cutouts, or like, for example, these sticker cutouts, you're going to need a cutting mat. Technically, you could cut it without a mat. However, there is this like white bar that's right here. You're going to end up ruining your machine because you cut on that bar and then voids the warranty out on your machine. Technically, you could cut without, but I strongly suggest just using a mat if you're going to be doing actual cutouts. But like I said, if you're going to be using vinyl or HTV and you're not going to be cutting all the way through your material, you don't need a mat. It doesn't matter how big or small your material is, you don't need a mat to cut those type of materials. Okay, just like with any other time that you're using your machine, you just want to insert the mat into your machine, and then we just need to close that black flapper down at the very back of the machine. So obviously you're going to need to turn your machine on, and then what we want to do is take our blade housing, this blade housing, and we're going to put it in a corner of our material. So I am just going to bring it like this. The reason why I'm putting it in the corner is just to save on material. To be honest with you, if you've never set your own material settings, you're probably going to use a lot of material just until you get used to changing up your settings. So it's always beneficial to put it in the corner just so we can conserve on our material. The next thing I suggest is getting a weeding tool pick or a pen, something like this. The reason for that is if you don't have this, you're going to have to constantly be ejecting your mat, which is a pain in the butt. So getting this right here, you're not going to keep making your mat go in and out. Now what we need to do is go over into cut settings on our touch screen, and this is where you're going to manually change your cut settings. So for right now, my machine is set to cut speed 10 and force 33. I don't know if this is going to be a good setting or not. So what I'm going to do is just press this little t-shirt button at the bottom right. Okay, it got done cutting. So I'm just going to eject it out just a little bit, taking my weeding tool pick, and I'm going to just try and weed out my thing. Now this setting was not perfect for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it back in, and I'm going to move it over to the right just a little bit. I want to go up to force 35, then pressing the t-shirt button. Okay, it's done. So I'm just going to eject it out. Still didn't get good cut settings. So then we're just going to put it back in. Let's go to force 40 and press the t-shirt button, eject it out. I don't think that those settings were good either. So all you need to do as you're doing this test settings is you want to dial in what is going to work for your material. Okay, I like the way that this cut my die cut. So my particular settings to do a die cut sticker, it is going to be speed 10, force 38. And this right here is just my chicken scratch that I always keep. Now, if you wanted to, what you could do is save your cut settings onto your Siser machine. All you would need to do is press this little download button right here next to your settings. And then you would go over here into update, and it would update your settings. I don't particularly like doing that. I just like to do my little chicken scratch, and then I update my notes field on my computer just so I have them handy all the time. Okay, now what I'm going to do is work on my kiss cut settings. So with my kiss cut settings, I obviously need way lighter settings than this. So I'm going to just drop this down to about 15 fourths. And then when I'm done doing that, I'm just going to press the t-shirt button. Once you do this once, you're going to know exactly what it is that you're looking out for. This obviously is not a good setting because I can't get it out at all. So I'm just going to bring it back in, and let's go up to 20. And actually that was perfect. So on my second try, I found some perfect settings. So again, what you could do is you could save this onto your machine, or you can just jot it down and put it in your notes pad just like I do on my computer. All right, now that I'm done finding the perfect cut settings, what I'm going to do now is work on my sticker pages that I've been wanting to create. Only this time I'm going to be using the holographic over the top of my sticker page. I hope that I was really helpful in this video, and if you have any other questions about the Siser, please leave them in the comments because I want to know what questions you have with your brand new Siser machine. I will see you on the next one, friends.